Hello there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's tap into the energy around your connection and the person you're focused on and see what Spirit wants to reveal today. As always, keep what resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Cancer, let's get into your reading. All right, the energy coming through today is this, and I need you to absorb every word of it. There is a situation forming quietly behind the scenes, and this person has been crafting something in silence. They have been holding on to a plan and they are waiting for the perfect moment to unveil it. What they want to bring you is an offer so unexpected it will shift everything beneath your feet. You may not sense what is approaching because they have gone to great lengths to keep it concealed. The intention driving this is genuine, and it carries so much gravity that they refuse to rush it. This is not casual or ordinary, and the thought invested will leave you completely stunned by what arrives. They want you caught entirely off guard because your raw and honest reaction matters most to them today. It is not about control. It is about watching you receive something you never anticipated arriving this way. Let us go ahead and dive into this because the cards are confirming exactly what I am receiving. The first card we have for you is the Magician, and this one arrives carrying enormous creative force. This card holds the vibration of pure manifestation, and it confirms this person has every resource aligned. They have considered the timing, they have mapped the delivery, and nothing has been left to chance here. What stands out is the deliberate precision, the way each piece of this plan connects with real purpose. The Magician does not show up lightly, and its presence confirms careful orchestration unfolding behind closed doors. This is not a half hearted gesture. It is calculated devotion wrapped carefully in patience and complete silence. The confidence pouring from this card tells me they wholeheartedly believe in what they are about to present. They are not guessing or wavering, and they have rehearsed this moment inside their mind many times over. Every detail has been measured, and the conviction they carry is the kind born only from absolute certainty. The preparation behind the Magician is striking, and it tells me this person means every single bit. Now, the next card coming through is the Ace of Pentacles, and this shifts the whole conversation. The Ace of Pentacles represents something tangible, an offer you can hold and begin building upon right away. This is grounded material vibration, and it signals that what arrives for you will carry true substance. Nothing about this card feels abstract, and what lands will anchor its weight deeply into your daily reality. They are extending stability toward you, a real foundation, something declaring lasting commitment beyond a single moment. This card does not appear unless the universe itself is reinforcing the offer with solid and enduring backing. Everything wrapped inside this vibration feels earned, carefully considered, and rooted in what they genuinely treasure most. You are not receiving crumbs, and the Ace of Pentacles makes that distinction undeniably clear in this reading. What they bring carries permanence, and this card confirms they are investing deeply in your shared future. Then we have the Star, and this final card illuminates something profoundly beautiful about the entire situation. The Star speaks to a quiet hope, a flame burning steadily inside them without ever being spoken aloud. They see you as their answered prayer, and that unshakable belief is what has fueled their entire preparation. This card radiates raw vulnerability, and it confirms their surprise is wrapped entirely in emotional sincerity today. They are not offering this lightly, and the Star confirms every ounce of it comes from genuine feeling. What they are preparing is not about spectacle. It is about revealing how irreplaceable you truly are. The healing glow of this card suggests they endured their own storms to offer you something this pure. The tenderness behind the Star cannot be faked, and it confirms this offer comes straight from the soul. The Star, alongside the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles, creates an alignment of purpose and heartfelt intent. These three cards standing together confirm this surprise is backed by love, decisive action, and a concrete offering. So remain open to what is quietly approaching because the atmosphere surrounding you right now is extraordinary. What the cards confirm today carries real weight, and nothing about this message arrived for you by accident. This is deliberate. This is intentional. and the surprise heading toward you will leave you absolutely speechless. So, what I want to focus on now is you and what has been weighing on your heart. You have been carrying more than you reveal, and that invisible pressure has been building quietly inside. A stillness has settled deep in your spirit, and you have been holding it close without naming it. You keep showing up, you keep pushing forward, but underneath all of that, an exhaustion lives in you. It is not the kind that sleep resolves. It is weariness that comes from hoping without real answers. Part of you has been questioning, wondering whether the depth of what you feel is being recognized. You do not voice it, but in those late hours, that thought circles back and finds you again. Come in close because the cards today are reading your internal landscape with striking and undeniable accuracy. The first card I have for you is the Queen of Cups, and she reflects your emotional core. The Queen of Cups mirrors deep sensitivity, an awareness that absorbs every shift around you without a filter. You pick up on changes before they fully form, and that intuition has been both blessing and burden. Your emotional capacity runs incredibly deep, but this card also reveals how depleted that depth has left you. Absorbing without release takes a heavy toll, and the Queen of Cups acknowledges the silent cost you pay. You pour into every situation fully, and you seldom pause long enough to ask what you actually need. That pattern has been looping beneath your awareness, and this card is drawing firm attention to it now. Your heart stays wide open, and while that carries beauty, it has also left you exposed and tender. You have been guarding yourself through composure, keeping your emotions organized, even when they feel tangled inside. The calm you present costs more than you admit, and the Queen of Cups sees through that mask. You have been performing steadiness for so long, and the fatigue behind that performance is finally surfacing. Quiet strength has been your shield for so long, but behind it, your spirit has been craving rest. As a water sign ruled by the moon, the Queen of Cups is your natural energy, and she confirms that your depth has always been your truest power. You deserve to receive as deeply as you give, and this card confirms that truth without question today. Now, the next card arriving is the Four of Swords, and it speaks to your mental state directly. The Four of Swords holds a vibration of retreat, a mind actively seeking shelter from constant noise. You pulled back recently, not from apathy, but because your thoughts needed room to breathe on their own. A fatigue behind your eyes stretches beyond the physical, and this card holds honest space for that admission. Your mind has been replaying scenarios, cycling through outcomes, and that relentless processing has worn you down. The Four of Swords does not signal weakness. It validates that slowing down was necessary and overdue. You gave yourself permission to retreat inward, even if only mentally, and that choice honored your well-being. Your nervous system needed that space, and the Four of Swords confirms the wisdom in your withdrawal. Clarity has been arriving in scattered fragments, and you have waited patiently for each piece to settle. That patience deserves recognition, and this card names it as genuine strength rather than hesitation or passivity. You are not frozen. You are simply gathering yourself before the next chapter opens in front of you. Then we have the Nine of Wands, and this captures your resilience with a force that commands attention. The Nine of Wands reveals endurance forged through rounds of emotional testing, and you remain standing through it. You carry marks in places nobody sees, but your refusal to surrender is woven into your very core. A guarded quality surrounds you at this moment, and the Nine of Wands confirms it grew from experience. You learned which boundaries to hold and when, and that discernment is something you earned through difficult chapters. Despite the fatigue and the open questions, a fierce flame still burns at the center of your being. The Nine of Wands tells me your endurance is not stubbornness. It is faith that refuses to collapse. You have been tested in ways that would break most, and you are still choosing to remain whole. You stand at a threshold right now, and every card confirms that your emotional foundation remains absolutely unshakable. What lives inside you is not fragile, and the cards are making that declaration with absolute clarity. The weariness does not define you, And what these cards reflect back is quiet readiness at your core. Okay, now I want to step into their side and what they have been holding deep inside. This person has been living with a storm beneath the surface, and they have not let it show. Their emotions run far deeper than their actions suggest, and what they carry privately would stun you. They have been wrestling with feelings that resist language, and it consumes them on a daily basis. The weight of what they feel is something they have tried to manage quietly, entirely on their own. They did not plan to feel this intensely, and the depth of it caught them off guard entirely. It arrived without warning, and now they sit inside it trying to figure out what comes after this. Let us go deeper into this, because the cards are laying their inner world out with clarity. The first card for their side is the Knight of Cups, and this one reveals everything at once. The Knight of Cups represents devotion in motion, and it confirms their emotional investment runs incredibly deep. They are not casually interested, and this card reveals romantic sincerity that runs through their entire being. What drives them is not logic, it is pure feeling, and that feeling has been building for ages. The Knight of Cups tells me they have already envisioned how they want to present themselves. They imagine the moment. They rehearse the words, and nothing they crafted feels adequate to them yet. Their frustration is not with you. It is with their inability to translate feeling into proper language. They want to be eloquent. They want to be precise. And that pressure rests heavy on their chest. The sincerity pouring from this card is undeniable, and it confirms they are emotionally all in today. They are not testing waters or playing it safe. And the Knight of Cups makes that abundantly clear. Every thought they have circles back to you, and they cannot redirect that current no matter what. The pull towards you is magnetic, and this card confirms resisting it is no longer possible for them. The next card I have is the Moon, and this reveals the fears they have been concealing. The Moon speaks to confusion and uncertainty, and it tells me they battle deep internal conflict daily. They want to move closer, but something inside them whispers that they are not ready or deserving. That fear is not about you. It is rooted in their own past wounds and unhealed emotional scars. They have been hurt in ways that left permanent marks, and those memories still dictate how they respond. The Moon confirms they fear vulnerability because the last time they opened fully, it cost them dearly. Their hesitation is not rejection, it is self-protection wrapped in silence, and this card exposes it fully. They second-guess themselves constantly, wondering whether what they feel is too much or poorly timed. The Moon also reveals something striking. Their dreams lately carry vivid images and emotions tied to you. Their subconscious is processing what their waking mind refuses to accept, and that tension drains them deeply. They carry the weight of unspoken truth, and it reveals itself whenever your name crosses their mind. They are caught between desire and doubt, and the Moon shows me neither side is winning right now. What they want and what they fear exist in equal measure, and that paralysis defines them currently. Then we have the Seven of Cups, and this opens a window into their emotional imagination directly. The Seven of Cups reveals they have been fantasizing about multiple paths forward, all centered around you. They see possibilities in every direction, and each one carries a different version of how this unfolds. Their mind drifts into daydreams constantly, building scenarios where they finally confess everything they have held back. Some visions are bold, some are cautious, and the Seven of Cups confirms they cannot choose just one. The abundance of options overwhelms them, and their biggest obstacle remains their own relentless overthinking pattern. They crave clarity. They ache for direction, but the emotional fog surrounding their depth of feeling delays them. What the Seven of Cups makes undeniably clear is that you dominate their inner world without invitation. They did not choose this level of emotional occupation, and yet every scenario they build features you entirely. Their inner landscape is rich, chaotic, devoted, and layered with feelings they have never known at this depth. Now I want to shift into the real movement and what this person is about to do next. They are done sitting still, and a decision has been forming that will push them toward you soon. The hesitation that held them in place is cracking apart, and forward motion is becoming unavoidable for them. They have reached a tipping point, and the next steps they take will be visible and deliberate. This is no longer about thinking or planning, it is about executing what they have already mapped out. The wheels are turning, and what was once a private intention is about to become an outward action. Something has shifted in their resolve recently, and the timeline they kept postponing is now being activated. Let us see what the cards are showing today, because the movement coming through is striking and undeniable. The first card in this section is the Eight of Wands, and it moves faster than anything else. The Eight of Wands represents rapid acceleration, and it confirms that delays surrounding this situation are officially over. Things are about to move quickly, and the speed at which they act will catch you off guard. Messages, gestures, direct contact. The Eight of Wands says all of it is heading your way with momentum. They are not easing into this gradually, and the pace of their approach will feel sudden and immediate. A specific window of action has opened, and this card confirms they intend to step through it fast. The Eight of Wands does not allow stalling, and its presence confirms procrastination has officially ended. What was once stuck in limbo is now being launched forward, and there is no pulling it back. Communication will arrive before you expect it, and the Eight of Wands confirms it carries real substance. They are preparing to reach out directly in a way that leaves absolutely no room for misinterpretation. The delivery will be direct, the tone will be clear, and the intent behind it will be unmistakable. Every signal they send from this point forward is calculated to land precisely where they want it. The next card coming through is the Chariot, and this amplifies the momentum already building in the reading. The Chariot represents controlled determination, and it confirms they are steering this situation with focused and disciplined willpower. They are not wandering into this blindly. And the Chariot shows a person who has chosen their direction. The obstacles that once blocked their path are being overridden, and their resolve has hardened into firm action. They are moving with purpose, and every decision they make from here is designed to close the distance. The Chariot confirms they have gathered the courage to follow through, and nothing external will slow them down. This card carries the vibration of victory through sheer determination, and it defines their current behavioral pattern. They have locked in on a target, and their singular focus is propelling them toward it without detour. The Chariot also signals that they are taking full ownership, refusing to leave any of it to fate. They are done waiting for signs, and they have decided to become the catalyst for change themselves. Every move from here is intentional, and the Chariot confirms that half measures are completely off the table. Now the commitment to act is sealed, and what follows will be a sequence of bold and unmistakable steps. Then we have the Page of Swords, and this adds a layer of tactical precision to their approach. The Page of Swords represents strategic observation, confirming they are gathering final details before making their move. They are watching, listening, and calculating the exact moment when their approach will have the greatest possible impact. This card tells me they are sharpening their plan, trimming anything unnecessary to make their delivery airtight. The Page of Swords shows meticulous preparation, confirming they want zero margin for error when they act. They are collecting information, reading signals, and positioning themselves so that when they arrive, everything aligns perfectly. Nothing about their approach is reckless, and the Page of Swords confirms that precision guides every single step. The combination of rapid movement, determined willpower, and careful strategy defines exactly how they will reach you. All three cards confirm this person is no longer thinking about it. They are actively doing it now. This is real momentum, and every card confirms that the action heading toward you has already been set. So what I want to uncover now is the part they will never say out loud to anyone. This person holds confessions inside them that have never touched air, and they guard them fiercely. The things they want to tell you exist in a locked chamber, and they swallow them every time. They rehearse the words privately, they shape the sentences, and then they bury them before dawn arrives. What they hide is not small. It is the kind of admission that would rearrange everything between you. They know the weight of what they carry, and that awareness is exactly why they keep it sealed. Speaking it would make it permanent, and part of them trembles at the finality of that truth. Let us go ahead and get into it because the cards are exposing what they refuse to confess. The first card I have is the Hierophant, and this one unlocks a confession rooted in deep tradition. The Hierophant represents sacred commitment, and it reveals that what they secretly want with you is permanence. They are not fantasizing about something temporary, and this card confirms their hidden desire is long-term union. What they cannot bring themselves to say is that they have already chosen you in their private world. The Hierophant tells me they have mentally committed even though their mouth has never formed those exact words. They see you as their counterpart, their match, and that recognition terrifies them because of its finality. This card carries the vibration of vows, and it confirms they silently treat this connection as something sacred. They do not use that language outwardly, but internally they have already elevated you above everyone else entirely. The Hierophant also reveals they want structure with you, stability built on mutual devotion and shared purpose. They picture routines together, quiet mornings, shared meals, and those visions consume them more than they will admit. What they suppress is not casual interest. It is a confession of complete emotional and spiritual belonging. The depth of what the Hierophant reveals would shock you because it goes far beyond surface level attraction. The next card arriving is the Six of Cups, and this one reaches into their most vulnerable memories. The Six of Cups represents nostalgia and innocence. Confirming something from their past connects directly to you. You remind them of a feeling they lost long ago, a warmth they believed would never return again. What they will not confess is that you reawakened something they had already grieved and buried inside. They thought that chapter was closed permanently, and your presence reopened it without their permission or consent. Their attachment to you is layered with echoes of something deeply personal, and this card confirms it. They carry a secret tenderness for you that predates logic, living in an untouched part of them. What they hide is how vulnerable you make them feel, and it mirrors their youngest and purest self. This card tells me they associate you with safety, with a version of love they stopped believing existed. That confession sits in their chest, and they guard it fiercely because losing it would shatter them. The Six of Cups reveals they want to return to innocence, to build something uncorrupted with you. They ache for simplicity, for a bond stripped of games, and that craving haunts their quietest hours. Then we have the Ten of Cups, and this exposes the deepest confession they will never speak aloud. The Ten of Cups represents complete emotional fulfillment, confirming they secretly envision a full life with you. They do not just want a connection, and this card reveals they want the entire picture beside you: family, partnership, home, belonging. The Ten of Cups confirms they have already built that vision inside their mind. They see holidays with you, ordinary evenings together, and that level of domestic fantasy overwhelms them with longing. What they bury deepest is how complete you make them feel, and how terrifying that completeness actually is. The Ten of Cups reveals they are afraid of wanting this much because stakes have never been higher. They silently confess through every unspoken glance, every hesitation, every breath they hold when your name surfaces. The truth they cannot voice is simple and devastating. They want all of you for all of time. Every card drawn confirms that their hidden world revolves around you, and the confessions run deeper than words. Okay, I want to bring this reading to its close and show you what the near future holds. What is approaching is not distant, and the timeline on this situation is tightening with every passing day. The energy surrounding your next chapter feels accelerated, and the shift you have been waiting for is close. Something tangible is about to land in your hands, and it will carry the full weight of this. The first card for the near future is the Sun, and this radiates pure confirmation of what awaits. The Sun represents clarity, joy, and outcomes that exceed your expectations in ways you have not yet imagined. What arrives will not be clouded or uncertain, and the Sun confirms total transparency in what is offered. You will see everything clearly, and the truth behind their intentions will be laid open without any ambiguity. This card promises warmth, and the experience of receiving what approaches will fill you with undeniable emotional relief. The sun also signals timing, and it tells me this unfolds during a period of brightness and visibility. Nothing about this arrival will be hidden, and the boldness of their gesture matches this radiance. The next card is the Two of Cups, and this confirms mutual recognition is part of the outcome. The Two of Cups represents a meeting of equals, confirming both sides will finally align openly. What unfolds is not one-sided, and this card guarantees that the exchange will feel balanced and deeply reciprocal. You will stand face to face with this person, and in that moment, everything unspoken will finally dissolve. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this confirms that destiny is actively intervening on your behalf. The Wheel of Fortune represents divine timing, confirming this was always meant to reach you here. Forces beyond either of you have been orchestrating this moment, and the alignment is now locked in. This is not coincidence, and the wheel confirms that universal momentum has been building toward exactly this point. Here is my advice as you step into what is coming, and I need you to hear it. Stay open, stay receptive, and do not let old wounds convince you that this is too good. What approaches has been validated by every card in this reading, and you deserve to receive it fully. Do not shrink from the magnitude of what is offered, and never question your worthiness to hold it. Trust what your intuition has been whispering, because the cards confirm that your instincts were right. Allow yourself to be surprised and give this person the space to deliver what they have been preparing. Your only task is to remain present, grounded, and willing to accept what is already heading your way. Let me bring you back to the message that opened this reading, because it deserves to land again. The message was, a person is secretly planning to surprise you, and their offer will leave you speechless. Every card confirmed this, and looking back through the full reading, the evidence is overwhelming and undeniable. The Magician showed their creative orchestration. The Ace of Pentacles confirmed a tangible and grounded offer arriving. The Star revealed hope guiding their preparation. The Queen of Cups mirrored your deep emotional sensitivity and openness. The Four of Swords validated your needed rest. The Nine of Wands honored your enduring resilience through difficulty. The Knight of Cups exposed their devoted romantic sincerity. The Moon revealed their hidden fears and internal conflict. The Seven of Cups showed their vivid emotional imagination. The Eight of Wands confirmed rapid forward momentum arriving. The Chariot proved their determined willpower. The Page of Swords revealed their tactical and strategic precision at work. The Hierophant unlocked their desire for sacred permanence. The Six of Cups tied you to their nostalgia. The Ten of Cups exposed their vision of complete fulfillment. The Sun promised joy and radiant clarity ahead. The Two of Cups confirmed mutual recognition, and the Wheel of Fortune sealed this as destined timing. Every single card across this entire reading pointed in one direction, and that direction is undeniably toward you. What is coming will change things, and you are ready even if part of you still doubts it. You have walked through exhaustion, through silence, through waiting, and the reward for that patience is finally arriving. This reading carried a message the universe needed you to hear today, and I am grateful you stayed.